Namaste. We will continue with the 68th Sloka in chapter 2. Tasmād yasya mahā-bāho nigṛhītāni sarvaśaḥ indriyāṇīndriyārthebhyas tasya prajñā pratiṣṭhitā. Tasmād yasya mahā-bāho nigṛhītāni sarvaśaḥ indriyāṇīndriyārthebhyas tasya prajñā pratiṣṭhitā. Bhagavan had stressed the importance of shamaha, which is the control of the mind, and damaha, which is the control of the senses, in the previous set of slokas. Just as a boat is carried away by the wind in the ocean, so too is the knowledge of a person who does not have shamaha and damaha. Therefore, Bhagavan concludes tasmād meaning therefore. Yasya mahā-bāho nigṛhītāni sarvaśaḥ indriyāṇīndriyārthebhyas. So, a jnani withdraws, nigṛhītāni meaning withdraws all senses inward from their respective sense objects. Indriyāṇīndriyārthebhyas meaning the sense objects, indriyāṇi meaning the senses. So he withdraws all the senses from their respective sense objects. Simply put, shamaha and damaha become his very own nature. We have seen the story of Jadabarta as to how he was carried away by his senses, and because of which he was born as a deer in a subsequent birth. And subsequent to that, he was born as Jadabarta, and in that birth, he took care not to allow any of his senses go outward. We'll continue with the next sloka today. 69th sloka. Ya niśā sarva-bhūtānāṁ tasyāṁ jāgarti saṁyamī yasyāṁ jāgrati bhūtāni sā niśā paśyato muneḥ. Ya niśā sarva-bhūtānāṁ tasyāṁ jāgarti saṁyamī yasyāṁ jāgrati bhūtāni sā niśā paśyato muneḥ. This is a very, very important sloka which is often quoted, and here Bhagavan explains the difference between an ajnani and a jnani. Let's look at the meaning of the words first. Niśā meaning night. Sarva-bhūtānāṁ all living beings. Saṁyamī meaning a jnani, a yogi. Jāgarti meaning awake. Now let's look at the superficial meaning of the first line. Ya niśā sarva-bhūtānāṁ tasyāṁ jāgarti saṁyamī. Ya niśā sarva-bhūtānāṁ. What is night for all the living beings? In that time, saṁyamī jāgarti. A jnani is awake. So when all the living beings are asleep, this jnani is awake. Yasyāṁ jāgrati bhūtāni. When all the living beings are awake, sā niśā paśyato muneḥ. That is night for this jnani. And what kind of jnani? Paśyato, one who sees the Brahma Tattvam. So what is Bhagavan trying to say here? Generally, we human beings can see during the daytime, but there are living beings that see during the night. Owl and rakshasas and so on can see during the night. They are actually called as nocturnal animals which can see during the night. So an object which is present is one, but we humans can see it during the day, while these nocturnal animals can see it during the night. What was visible to the human during day is not visible in the night. What is visible in the night for the nocturnal animal is not visible during the day. Similarly, this jagat or world is seen both by an ajnani and a jnani. Whereas an ajnani sees reality in this world, sees truth in its existence, and jnani sees that it is mithya, mithya, meaning that it does not have any real existence. It is Brahman, which is the Adharam, and it is the work of Maya. An example would be gold and its various shapes. While an ajnani sees it as a bangle, sees it as a chain, a jnani would see it like a gold. Another example would be clay and its various products. While someone would see it as a pot, as a plate, someone else would actually see that it is pure clay. In Tamil, there is a song by Tirumular. மரத்தை மறைத்தது மாமத யானை, மரத்தில் மறைந்தது மாமத யானை, பரத்தை மறைத்தது பார்முதல் பூதம், பரத்தில் மறைந்தது பார்முதல் பூதம். We'll see the meaning of this poem. மரத்தை மறைத்தது மாமத யானை. A sculptor made an elephant doll out of wood. A son and a father came to see it. The son was excited. He started shouting, "It's an elephant, it's an elephant." The father said, "No, son, it's just wood." Both of them saw the same object. While one saw the name and form as elephant, the other person saw the basis of that doll, which is wood. Similarly, the poem continues, "Parathai maraitadu parmudal bhūtam." This 5 Panchabhutas covered the Brahma Tattvam, the Adhara Brahma Tattvam. Parathil maraindadu parmudal bhūtam. But once we get the knowledge of the self, we realize, we understand that this world is nothing but Brahman in various shapes and forms. Nama, Rupam. Each is just name and form. There is yet another small line in Tamil. Kallai kandal, nayai kanam, nayai kandal, kallai kanam. A dog made of stone was once there, and a person who saw it as a stone couldn't see the dog in it, and a person who saw it as a dog couldn't see the stone in it. So Bhagavan here clearly explains the difference in vision between an ajnani and a jnani. An ajnani sees this world to be real and each object to be different, while a jnani knows that it is ultimately the Brahma Tattvam which is appearing as different names and forms. There are no separate things. It is precisely for this reason Brahmins were called as Parpan in ancient days, meaning one who sees the truth. We'll continue again with the next sloka later. Dhanyavadaha.